This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
As soccer takes center stage this summer, Comcast helps bring the experience home to America. As the exclusive Spanish-language home of the tournament in the U.S., Telemundo is set to present its most expansive coverage ever. 700 hours of programming, live on-site presence at all 104 matches. And with multi-view and real-time 4K, Xfinity will deliver the most innovative and immersive sports viewing experience for fans watching on Telemundo, Peacock, Fox, and FS1. Learn more at ComcastCorporation.com.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you are the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
The Dental Download podcast is your source for insight from conversations with fellow dentists, specialists, and leaders in the industry. With new episodes every Monday morning, I'm your host, Dr. Haley. Let's get into this week's episode. Welcome back to another episode, everyone, of the Dental Download podcast. I'm here, your host, Dr. Haley, for a solo episode all about 10 of the habits that I see the most successful associates. So we're going to go through pretty much rapid fire, and when I have a little story to share, I'll interject that. But we'll keep this to be one of those quicker episodes. You can kind of go through and do a little self-assessment. Am I living that out, or could I be better? And get some ideas on how to even level up one step further. First habit, they take ownership of their own growth. The most successful associates are not waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect office, the perfect mentor. They are going to make any job a great job because they are seeking it out. They're going to do the CE opportunities without excuses. They're going to invest in their clinical and their communication skills with their time, but also their money. And they're going to understand that career growth is largely self-directed. So it doesn't particularly matter where you are an associate. You can love your job, you can thrive in your job, you can make good money in your job. If there's reasons why you feel like you're not, if things aren't scheduled well, if you don't get to do XYZ procedures, there's probably an extra step you could be taking to make that happen. You could sit down with the person in your office who schedules patients and tell them what your ideal schedule would be. Tell them what you do and don't want to see. Tell them how long you want for each procedure. Pretty much look at running your associateship like your own little dental office within wherever you work. You can control that. Maybe they don't want to do the work your way. Why don't you take on a smidge extra work to have it work out the way that you would like? And in the end, you'll be a lot happier. Again, maybe the other problem was you're not getting to do the types of procedures you want. Maybe that's the excuse you're telling yourself. Are you not doing them because you're not mentioning them? You're not offering them? You're not confident in them? Is that because you haven't gotten the proper CE to feel confident? You haven't gotten the experience? Is it because you don't have the communication skills to sell that type of dentistry? There's got to be a reason that it's not on your schedule, and it's probably more related to you than you're willing to admit. And if an office doesn't have technology that you're looking for, can you still do that procedure without it? If not, maybe consider investing in it yourself. Treat it like you're a 1099. Maybe you already are a 1099 and it's your equipment. And if you leave that office, you'll take it with you, but you'll use it to offer that service. See what the office thinks. See if they'll allow you to do that. I highly doubt anyone is going to shoot you down for wanting to do more and be more as a dentist at their office, because in the end, they're making money off of you. What is that first habit? They take ownership of their own growth and they're not making excuses all the time. Number 2, they invest in relationships. Build trust with your patients is the very, very first thing you should be doing when you're in an office, especially if it is taking some time for your schedule to ramp up. If you don't have a lot of new patients, don't have a lot of restorative work, don't have a lot of volume of actual clinical dentistry, use that time as your relationship building time. Relationships with the patients in the practice, make connections of who's related to who's friends with this other patient, who is cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. It's so cool whenever I get those connections that, wait, you're one of so-and-so's grandkids? Like, that is so cool. And that makes so much sense because your personalities are kind of similar. I love moments like that. But these relationships are not just with your patients. It's also key to be comfortable and close with your team and providing support to them so that they will boost and raise you up in turn. So that's your assistants, your hygienists, your business team, any owner doctors, anybody that works in your office. Invest in those relationships. Try to develop genuine connections. Find something that you have in common with people. Take the extra couple minutes to get to work early, leave a couple minutes later to make some small talk with people, get to know them, ask them how they're doing, get to know about who their spouse is, who their kids are, who their pets are, what they do for fun. Ask them updates about it and make sure that you're really making lasting relationships with people because dentistry is a people business. Number 3, the most successful associates stay curious. They continue learning after graduation. They know that graduation is just the jumping off point for the rest of their lives. They explore new procedures and technologies. Even if you're doing dentistry, the same procedures that you learned in school, you still should be honing in that skill set, getting more efficient, getting even better clinically. They don't want to be complacent. And they find ways to make sure that dentistry stays rewarding and exciting with that curiosity. If you're listening to this because you're an associate dentist like I am and a general dentist, one of the things I want you to think about is growing your practice, even within your associateship. Maybe you're trying to make that jump from typical GP to that super GP. You'll be glad to hear that expanding what you can do just got a whole lot simpler with ADEC. They've integrated Dentsply Sirona Midwest's restorative, implant, and reciprocating endodontic technologies, including Apex location and file libraries, into one smart solution. That means less clutter, less complexity, and a single interface with a shared foot control on ADEC Pro deliveries. No manual adjustments, no interruptions, just precise control, more confidence, and a smoother workflow, whether you're doing restorative, endo, or implant procedures. So if you're looking to grow your skills and expand your services and take control of your future practice, check out the link in my show notes. Number 4, they lead before they have the title. We toyed around with this in the first tip as well. But understanding that you are a leader, you are a doctor as the dentist, you are a leader to your team members if there are 10 dentists in your office or if you're the only one. As an associate in this case, leadership does not mean ownership. Leadership is influence. Leadership is someone that people look up to in your office, and they are automatically going to look up to you because of that title that you have earned. So don't take that lightly and make sure that you honor that, you respect that opportunity, and you make the most of that leadership opportunity. Make sure that you're helping support a positive office culture. Be someone that jumps in to help problem solve. Try to avoid creating any problems. Take responsibility when things go wrong. Offer to step in and lend a helping hand. Make sure that you're being really welcoming for all new team members. And think about what's best for the practice as a whole and not just for you. Associates who often earn the most trust are the ones acting like owners years before they've even become owners. Plus, all this leadership development is going to help you wherever you go in your future career, whether it's a different office as an associate or if you decide to be an owner in the future, you're just going to be that much more comfortable with these relationship-based, communication-based, leadership-based skills. Number 5, they create wins outside of their production and avoid comparing with other people. I think it's crucial, and you see me do it in this podcast all the time, comparing Haley 6 months ago to Haley now. I think that's the best way to measure growth and success, is measuring against yourself. But I don't think that it is productive to measure against other people per se. I think you want to set goals that can be based on people that you admire or look up to. But the most fulfilled, most successful associates are ones that don't compare themselves to every single thing that they're seeing online. And they measure their own success based on their own goals. oh, you don't do 30 molar endos a month? Do you even like endo? I didn't think you liked endo, if I'm talking to some fictitious friend. Oh, well, I guess you're right. I don't really like endo. So why are you getting down that you don't do 30 endos a month if you don't even like endo? Do you even want to do 30 endos a month? So making sure that you're not taking in all this junk online and letting it get you down and letting it make your life as an associate not so fun. And as the first point of this was measuring wins that aren't just production based. It's great to track production. You know, that's how we get the paychecks. That's how we pay our bills and our loans and everything that we need to do. But if that's all you focus on, you're going to get twisted up and you're going to start to hate dentistry. Celebrate why you went into this service-based career as a whole. Production is not everything. Patient milestones, overcoming fearful, anxious experiences with your patients, educating your patients, getting that light bulb click moment, seeing a patient go from disease to healthy, seeing a patient that makes a whole family-based change for their health, whether that's nutrition, oral hygiene habits. If you see a patient that was very high risk for heart disease, diabetes, or dying from sleep apnea, and you're able to move them forward into treating their periodontal disease, treating their apnea, looking at those people that you're helping as your main driver and your main fulfillment through dentistry, and the production and the numbers and all of that just flows. Not something that you need to stress about every single day. Finding fulfillment beyond those numbers and looking more at the personal side of things. Number 6, the most successful associates take care of their own health. They know that to have a long career in dentistry, they need to make sure that they are treating themselves like an athlete. You are a dental athlete. Dentistry is not an easy profession on our bodies, mentally or physically. Exercise is key, hydration is key, nutrition is key, sleep and sleep health is key, stress management, all things protecting yourself for the ability to practice for decades and do this service that you worked so hard to earn this knowledge and degree in. Number 7, they build a life they don't need to escape from. This is so me, you guys. You know I'm all about creating our dream lives together, and everyone's dream life is going to look different. But you are using your career as an associate to build a foundation for a life that you love. You love your life at work and you love your life at home. And that is all about perspective. And that is all about taking out the crap and putting in more of the good and making the most of every situation that you're in. As we've mentioned, making sure that you're giving yourself time off, you're taking care of your health, you're doing things you love, whether that's going on trips or just taking off time and spending time at home, spending time with friends, spending time with family, maintaining your interests and hobbies, spending time outside, a new skill or a new hobby so that life still feels exciting outside of work. And also making sure you keep your relationships a high priority. Number 8, the most successful associates are solution oriented. See, we are just pushing out the negativity. We're pushing out the complaints. We're pushing out the excuses. They focus on what they can control. Instead of dwelling on frustrations, they turn obstacles into opportunities and they ask better questions. Number 9, associates that are the most successful are playing the long game. What do I mean by that? They are thinking in years, not weeks. They are thinking about, what does my entire life look like? What does my legacy look like? How does dentistry feed my whole personal existence outside of work? They're building that trust within themselves that they can handle anything and that they will and do have a great life. And that is all mindset, you guys. That is so crucial. Mindset, gratitude is like the foundation of any of this. And if you feel like you're so far off from this abundance mindset and this self-confidence, then you need to go back and listen to some of my mindset episodes because they will start you on the right foot. And also my episodes about some of my favorite books in dentistry and self-improvement books. Those as audiobooks or physical books this summer are going to get you to the place where you want to be. If you're listening to this and you feel like you don't relate to anything I say and you don't understand how I can be so positive and I just don't get it, I don't get how hard your situation is, then I really think you need to do some of these things because yes, I recognize I'm in a very blessed situation and I love my job, and my job doesn't make it hard to love. It's easy to love. But I truly believe that I could make the most of being in any setting because of these things that we're talking about in this episode, and you can too. So if you feel like you're so far off base from this, take a few steps back, do the groundwork to get there, and it's going to be so worth it. So think about that long game for your own well-being and then what you can offer to people through your dental skill set. Number 10, the last one, almost about mindset again. They practice gratitude while continuing to pursue more. You're going to stay ambitious, you're going to stay appreciative, and you're going to celebrate progress. Avoid the trap that's I'll be happy when. That is one of my episodes about the myth of waiting for the right time. The myth that time is something that you don't want to waste, so you don't even start because you're worried about how much time it's going to take to pursue this new skill set or this new venture. I have a whole episode about the myth of wasted time. That is a great one to start with if you get into the I'll be happy when trap. Instead of being happy right now, dentistry is an amazing profession. You are an amazing person. You have so much to offer the world through dentistry and outside of dentistry. And I hope that you can have some takeaways from this episode that leave you feeling reflective and grateful for everything that dentistry can offer to you and what you can offer to other people. So when I look at associates who are thriving, they aren't necessarily the best clinical dentist in the room or the highest producers in the room. They might be, but they're the people who take ownership over their lives, invest in relationships, they stay curious, they lead, and they always show up with gratitude. Those are the people I want to be around. They're the person I try to be. Those habits don't just build a successful career, they build a life that is enjoyable and a life that you love. So this was pre-recorded for my birthday. So yay, another year of being Haley. All the gratitude. I'm just sharing that because it's a fun fact. But I hope you all have a wonderful week when you're listening to this, and I will talk to you next Monday.
I'm Hannah. I've lost 75 pounds in 20 months with GLP-1s, plus diet and exercise. On Ro, I've gone from struggling to run a mile to running farther every day. You can access FDA-approved GLP-1s online. Get the support you need to reach your weight loss goals. Go to ro.co/weight to see if you qualify. I'm a paid Ro partner. 20% average weight loss in 1 year in non-diabetics with obesity or overweight with a weight-related medical condition versus 3.1% in placebo arm. RX only. To stay informed about serious side effects, go to ro.co/safety.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, zero tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun. An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast! An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.